the C250D. This car requires the full works. It's got poo on it. It's the bodywork, as you can see here. Look at that. The camera helps it. You can see spider webs. You've got watermarks on it. We're going to try and restore this paint to the best of my ability. Now, the problem with today is it's about 35 degrees, which means water will be evaporating exponentially, and I'm only carrying a certain amount in my beer cooler setup with a Makita pressure washer on top. I have a plan of how to do this. Snow foam won't cut it, not this time. The bodywork is already in the heat. It's already warming up. We're gonna have to be a little bit creative today. So this video is all about cleaning a car without using detailing spray or soap. We're gonna have to be very careful. Since I'm polishing this car, I can be a little bit aggressive. We'll be applying a sealant afterwards. But overall, we're gonna have to be a little bit tactful. So this is my team, Milwaukee Hoover, TFR remover, traffic film remover. This is gonna be the key. I say TFR remover, but it's just TFR. But that doesn't sound satisfying enough, so I call it TFR remover. We're going to go panel by panel and get rid of as much of this as possible, and hopefully claying it at the same time. I don't know, I'm going to make it up as we go along, but the key is let's get this car clean first so we can assess the paint. Nice. Right, for those who don't know, traffic film remover it's just a degreasing agent which works under high performance pressure washers. All it does is dislodge and encapsulate the dirt that's in the car so it's free to be blasted off. That's all it does. Let me show you. Let's do the I kind of want to do the hot side first, but just to show you how this works, we're going to spray some on. Oh, there's a car park attendant over there. Hopefully doesn't mind me parking my bike here. So you put it on like that. You don't have to totally cover the car because the next stage is diluting it with a bit of water. Leave it for a little bit, and then agitating it just a little bit. Leave it on just for a little bit longer. So what it's going to do is it's going to spread out, and just like any degreasing agent, dislodging it and removing the friction. So hopefully just like that. Now we haven't finished yet, because what I want to do is add another degreasing agent, which is detailing spray. Add that to the mix before it dries smooth quickly. Why? Because I'm about to use a microfiber towel to basically mop up the dirt, and I want to reduce the friction. Remember, this is glass, so we're fine. So I'm just going to move this across here. Switch it over. Look at that, it's quite a lot of dirt, but of course I don't want to be pressing into the paintwork. Keep this nice and light as possible. Glass is more forgiving than paint, but it's still, you can still leave some marks, but we're trying to be as delicate as possible. Let's jump over this. Look, back in the heat, so we'll do the heated section afterwards. Let's just hoover up some of this. Now the car isn't perfectly clean, but it's a good start. All right, there you go. So let's just quickly do this bit. All right, there you go. So that's without using soap. You can use TFR remover to clean a car. It will leave white residue. I recommend going over it again with detailing spray, but this is quite an aggressive way to clean a car. The reason I'm doing it is because, one, I'm in the heat. Two, I'm polishing it afterwards, but that isn't too bad considering what it looked like. Let's do a hot panel. Now I can't feel how hot it is. I reckon it's about 28 degrees. So we're kind of okay. I got here nice and early. Let's do another panel. Now I had to be conscientious with how much water I've got, because if you're polishing a car, I have to do a final clean right at the end, so I want to save some water for that. Right, let's do this whole side. Remember, light spray. It doesn't have to be soaking the car, because this is concentrate. Concentrate plus heat, which means the strength will increase because it's working with the heat of the car. Right, that'll do. Work quickly. Cool the bodywork down. You see the mistake I made? I shouldn't have started on the roof. There you go. Let's leave that just a bit. Now that Makita pressure washer. Oh, that's fancy. Excuse me, lovely. Close your legs. Right. Now we'll angle it down. There you go. This uses a lot of water, especially with the Makita. This is the strongest pressure washer you can get. Takes two batteries. And it goes through water very quickly. So we have to be a bit cautious how much we use. Let's go back. Add a bit of detailing spray again because it lubricates with polysynthetic waxes and helps alleviate the friction of the car. Find a nice clean panel of your microfiber towel. Make sure it's not dirty. And we just go flip it around to the other side. We go along again. And now I can feel the heat. This video should be titled Cleaning and Polishing a Car in 35-degree heat. Pretty impractical. As a mobile car valeter, you don't have the luxury of working in a studio and having lights above your head. It's all about utilizing the elements and working with your surroundings. Right, this is now depleted. Let's get another one. Now I have noticed there are a lot of nasty boys hiding in here. I mean, I'm pretty sure half of this is spider legs. I just try not to think about it. Rank. Oh, look at this, nice. Oops. Rank. Okay. Should we blast it all out? Careful. Kind of want to get a puppet. You could blast it out, but that means stuff's going to go inside the boot. Let's use our old microfiber towel. These come in handy once you've used it on the paintwork. Use it for guttering and your wheels. Ugh. Now I'm going to give this a wash before I go, but I want to get rid of all the gank out of it because I don't want it spraying across the road when I clean the car. Right, let's give it a... Every valeter has his brush. A bit of soapy soap on there. Get right in there. Bit dry, could use a bit more water. I think the pressure washer should do most of the job. Right, turn it down a bit so we don't redecorate the other person's car. Right, back to my microfiber towel. Now I am working at the side of the road. TFR is pretty good for wheels as well. It's not like wheel cleaner. It doesn't get it all because TFR isn't as aggressive as wheel cleaner, but you can get rid of the first layer and it softens up the dirt, but you still have to revisit it with shampoo. Right, new microfiber towel. There we are. Let's get rid of some of this water. Now I left my detailing spray over here. Very clever. So far so good. The heat hasn't been too much of a pain in the ass, but I know when I polish this car, that's going to make a big impact. Remember, this is going to be a stage 1 polish, but I might go a little bit deeper if there are scratches, big scratches on the bodywork of the bonnet. So this might be a stage 1, stage 2 polish, because I have brought my sandpaper. Kobe. Look at this. So let's have a look. We've got missing paint. Is that transfer paint? Hopefully that's transfer paint. It looks like it's gone all the way through. Can't do much about that. But this needs a wash. Ow! And that's hot. Now hopefully my pressure washer can reach this far. No, tell you what, let's be professional. Let's take it off. Right, almost immediately. Down there, down there, down there, down there. Quick, switch it up. Cloud. Leave that to cook. Now I'm going to blast it this way so I'm not coating the road with TFR remover. Right, let's angle it that way. Use less water if you do it all in one go. Last bit. Nice. Done this bit. The wheels will be the last bit. And then we're going to decontaminate the bodywork, ready for a polish. Otherwise, it'll look funny. But I hope this helped if you're trying to work out how to clean a car in 35 degrees. The only issue with using traffic film remover is it's a bit abrasive. Some of it's caustic. You have caustic and non-caustic TFR remover. And indirect sunlight, that's going to dramatically increase its potency. You can just eviscerate any waxes or sealants you've got on the car. So just bear that in mind. If you're going to use TFR, it's handy if you're going to reseal the car afterwards with a wax or a ceramic coating. You can use non-caustic stuff. It's not as strong, so that is an option. That will pretty much be okay for any sealant you got in your car. But the non-caustic stuff, the stuff that's slightly aggressive, used for things like taxis and trucks, they spray it on the trucks, then blast it off with pressure washers. They don't really care too much about the paintwork. It's just about getting those undersides clean. But for an option to clean your vehicle without using soap, which is going to just evaporate immediately, this is an option of how to do it. But another thing as well, it's not as thorough as soap, considering I'm not using a brush on the paintwork. I'm not going into all the little areas like here. I'll have to open up the bonnet, so you will end up doing more work. Oh no, look at that. Someone's been trying to get rid of the mark. The little mark. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Any parts we missed? See, there's some residue here. It doesn't matter too much since I'll be cleaning the car again. Polisher. We're going to do a few testing. Oh, it stinks in there. We're going to do a few testing areas to see how much we need to cut. There's my clay bar. But let's go for this small quarter here. Pat it on so you don't flick it around. Bang, 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 bang. Lowest possible speed, and then we're just going to spread it. Right, spread's complete. Might need a bit more of this. quite hot. Now you won't be able to hear me, but we're going to go full speed, a few passes, and see what we got. That's about one pass, and that is hot. But of course, I forgot my microfiber towel. Back we go. Now I do have heavy cut, which is 1000, which does polish out. I kind of don't want to use that because that means I'm going to have to use 2 passes, or at least 3, and that's going to weigh into my time and my batteries. Let's see how much we took off. Now I don't expect it to be perfect, but I wouldn't mind it to be relatively about 80% gone. And my company says we can get rid of up to 80% of scratches at the side of the road. Right, now there's some hologramming, that's fine, I'll deal with that later. But to be honest, that stupid shadow wasn't in the way. Let's have a look here. Hey, you know what? That's actually quite good. I can see some scratches still there. What's this shit? There was an emulsion. Someone splattered emulsion across the front of this paint. Bit of rust there. What we got? That isn't too bad at all. No, I want to get rid of this later, because that's really annoying me. We'll have to use a bit of sandpaper for that, but we'll do that right at the end. Let's see what else we can find. Right. If you have a black finishing pad with you, there's one here. This is a black finishing pad, the most important pad of all. This gets rid of holograms. If you want to do this all in one go, what you can do is you can use the already used polish, already on the car, for your finishing. Hey, look at that. Right, let's see if I've actually done anything. Right. Oh, there's wax left behind. It's always fun. Okay. Ooh, that looks quite good. You can see we've got rid of quite a lot of them. There are, I mean, I don't know whether the camera's helping here, but I'll try and find a different angle. I lie, that's quite good. No holograms either, because I use the finishing pad. If you move your head from side to side, you can see holograms. Some of them, I can touch those up, but to reduce it, that could be wax actually. Right, let's see which one worked better. There's a scratch here. I'll have to get rid of that with sandpaper. This hasn't been finished, so there are more holograms on this side. I can't always see holograms, but I just presume they're there. What's this shit in there? Okay. A few things you can see. Emulsion, emulsion, emulsion. Someone's been doing some building work. Flicked a paintbrush. That'll have to be a garage job. But as if I can make the bodywork really pop, you're not going to notice that. Okay, well I think I'm going to use the slightly more aggressive wool pad. That is quite smart. I say I've got about 70% of them in that. Let's go again. What am I doing? Let's get the right one in first. Look at that. Hey. Whew. See the difference between that and that? It's almost like a totally different car. Let's do, can you see what I mean by that? This panel, this panel, this panel, this panel. Let's sort this out. Around the contours of the bodywork. Then how's that for a finish? Goodness me, it is now 35 degrees. That was quite a challenge. 35 degree, washing a car and polishing it in the heat without using soap and a whole amount of water. Check out some of that bodywork. The key is, well, this was a clean without using shampoos or things like your usual snow foam. This had to be done with TFR. So you TFR the car, you wash it, you polish it, you TFR again to remove all the soap and suds and polishing residue, and then you detail spray it off, followed by a sealant. It's a complicated mix of way of doing it, but it's probably the only way you can do it if you're using a mobile pressure washer and under 30 litres of water. I've still got half the water there. I think I used about 20 litres, maybe 15 litres of water to do that. And a lovely finish on the paint as well. For a stage 1 polish, I'm pretty happy with that. Great shine. All right, I'll see you guys later.